Do you feel stuck on how to start a business when you've got no time, no money, no connections, no nothing? Then you are in the right place. Today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to start a business from scratch so that you can be on your way to making six figures in the next couple months. My name is Courtney Shull. I'm a creative consultant, author, speaker, and I am here to help you get unstuck in life and take that quantum leap. To start a business with zero money, the first thing that you are going to need to do in this 3-step plan is have a little bit of awareness. Okay, awareness. What does that mean? So awareness is more than just being aware of yourself. Awareness is, yes, it is taking an inventory of everything that you're good at, everything that makes you you, what problems you're already solving, what things do people naturally come to you for. But it's also awareness around your community. So the market is what some people would call that. And this is talking about, okay, like what problems do people in my community already have? What are people trying to solve? And that is the intersection of like what you're really good at plus what the market's wanting. That is the intersection of awareness. So like this is you. I'm gonna make a little stick figure. You've got all these ideas in your light bulbs. I can't draw light bulbs clearly, but you get the idea. And then you're putting out your little feelers of what other people are saying that they're struggling with. Okay, they're struggling over here. I'm struggling over here. So to give you an example, this is me. I wrote a book. This is my book, super good book. And while I wrote that book, I had a lot of people say, wow, that was really quick that you wrote that book. And I was like, well, actually, I did this like speaking method and I was able to finish my book in 10 hours. And then somebody in my community, these people were like, what? I want to do that too. And I actually did not have awareness. So somebody came to me and said, hey, you could turn this into an offer and package this and sell that. And I said, really? Because I feel like everybody should know how to do this. And they said, absolutely not. So sometimes what's easy to you is not easy for everybody else. And let me repeat that. What is easy for you is not easy for other people. And oftentimes that is the signal for what you need to offer. So what did I do? Well, I offered it for free to a couple of people and they really liked it and I saw them unlock. And let me say, I started this offer with zero money. So what I did was I was aware of what other people wanted. And I'm already getting ahead of myself because I'm an action taker. So the next one, after you are aware, then you need to take action. Okay, action is the biggest one on all of this stuff, okay? Taking action is what separates a true entrepreneur from a wantrepreneur. And a lot of people on Facebook, on all these things are wantrepreneurs. If you don't take action, nothing is going to work out for you. So we already kind of started talking about it because I'm very much an action taker and you are going to be too. When you hear that awareness, so we heard that awareness call, people wanting something that we are good at, you see the awareness, then you immediately take action. Immediately take action. That means working for free. So offering it to somebody, see how they like it. In exchange, this is where the value comes, for a testimony. Testimonies are the only thing that is going to help you build the business. We are in a society where people literally do not believe anybody. Like I will tell somebody something and they don't believe me until they watch a video testimony from somebody else. That is the only way they believe me. So the action, you do it for free or for really cheap to collect the testimonies that are yours to keep. And honestly, it's a big thing because if you're putting somebody's face on on your brand and saying, hey, this person supports it in this economy of like branding, that is huge to get that. And that is worth gold. So really try the thing out for free. A couple other examples, like say you want to become a photographer. You're going to take photos for people for free for your portfolio. You want to be a social media manager. You are going to run somebody's social media account and actually prove to yourself and them that you can deliver on results before you start charging people. It is all in the action. And then from there, when you have this action, then you can, the third part of this is ascend. This is where you form the LLC. You don't do it when you're in awareness. You don't think, oh, I want to start a clothing company. Okay, are people wanting a clothing company? I don't know. Are people wanting another bakery in your community? I don't know. We got to figure out the awareness part first. Then, once you understand the awareness part, like what are people constantly asking for? That's when you take action. After you take the action, you have delivered results. That is when you ascend. You form the LLC, which is super easy to do. You can do it on like Busy, you can do it on Zen Business, all these places. You can form it for free on most places. Some places you just like pay the state filing fee. In Texas, it's $250 and you've got a business on your hands. And the reason you don't want to start the LLC is because you haven't validated anything. Like this is a big mistake people do when they go into business is they have the idea in their head, but they haven't validated it anywhere. And if you don't validate it anywhere, you're just basically saying, I think this is a good idea. So to give you an example, like I started in meta advertising because I saw that that was something that people were needing. However, I did not validate the target audience that I went for. I was very silly in that. So for example, I wanted to help like crunchy, very clean brands. And I very much missed the mark because none of them could afford to advertise, let alone even scale or fulfill. So it made absolutely no sense to target them. And what do you think happened? I had to start finding clients that were not that. But I wouldn't have known that had I not taken the action. And really, to start my whole business, I was aware that people had an attention problem. They could not get attention to their business, and I thought advertising. So before I even did the advertising, I wanted to make sure I was good on creatives, and I started offering social media to small businesses in my area. And I did not like social media. And I learned that by taking action, that I did not want to be a social media manager, had no interest. I liked the idea part of it, but I didn't like the fulfillment side. So really, when you're starting this business, the reason you want to take the action is because before you jump into something big, you want to make sure you like it. You want to make sure there's a market for it and that there's money to be made in that area. You know, it's just like, think about fast food chains. Okay, if there's a McDonald's and a Burger King next to each other, they're able to do that because they're a fast food chain. But if you are a standalone burger company, heck no, you are not going to sit yourself next to a McDonald's or to a Burger King because you have no brand identity. You don't want to be there. But if you are a burger company in the middle of nowhere where there is no McDonald's, no Burger King, you're gonna probably do pretty well. It's really understanding that like you can do somebody else's business model as long as there's not a whole line of other people trying to get that. And I think this is a huge issue with online businesses because on online businesses, there are so many people giving the same idea and there are like repeats and repeats and repeats of the same businesses. And then you fail because you heard, okay, an online business, that's where I'm going to make money. That's where I'm going to get to have my dream life and work remote. But you don't realize how competitive the market is because you have no awareness of that market. So let's get aware. Let's take some action. Then we're going to ascend by forming the LLC, packaging it, creating the website, doing all the things. Most of us, including myself, did this very backwards and it backfires on you. So don't be like me and a lot of other entrepreneurs who get in trying to like get the website, do this. None of that matters. You don't need a logo. You don't even need a logo. You don't need a website. You need one offer that you are going to get from your awareness. So again, we are going to think about the things we are already good at. Maybe learn a skill that will help. So if you're already really good at like designing things on Canva, maybe it's good to learn advertising because that makes sense with being good at Canva. But if you have no sense in marketing, you probably shouldn't try advertising, you know? So yes, it's good to learn a skill, but be aware of what you're naturally gifted at and what is easy for you. Then focus on gaining new skills and all of that. So become aware. What are you good at? What do other people want from you? Take the action and then ascend, package it, make the website, make the LLC, all the stuff. So I hope this helped. I know I repeated myself, but I want to get this in your head that business you can start today for nothing. Literally, have a business idea, have an offer, reach out to just 5 people and ask them if they want your services for free. Guarantee you, one person's gonna say, oh, I would love for you to do that for free. Whether it's social media management, whatever it is, ask them. And that's the other thing, ask them what they need in their businesses. Oftentimes, B2B businesses are so great because like they have real problems to solve and they're more aware of their problems than a consumer type market. So they're very easy to sell to. And you can find them everywhere because every small business is in your local community. Walk in and half the time the owner is there. And you are on your way to a business, starting from nothing, because you're not going to even use your money to form an LLC, to build a website, to create a logo, none of that crap until you have an offer that has been validated through taking action. So if you're feeling stuck on the awareness part and you need a little bit more help on that, well, lucky day for you. I have my book linked. It teaches you how to find your purpose exactly, step by step, and how to take that quantum leap. Because, you know, in a 10-minute video, I don't have time to do that whole thing with you. But there is a purpose for you. You have purpose and you are made for so much more than where you're at right now.